Welcome back out to the Collapsing Corner Store project on an unseasonably warm March day. It feels great. The problem with unseasonably warm is it often leads to storms, and that could be the case tonight. Chance of severe storms here, but better chance a little to the northwest, so we'll see how that plays out, but maybe a little bit of interrupted sleep. Not that my sleep is good anyway. So back inside here, big task for today is get this floor started. It'd be good to get this filled in because we kind of need that to finish the project. So start with the pressure treated ledger on the front, then we'll hanger the joists in between that and the beam here. The pointing work was done a week ago now, so it should be good and cured up. Wanted to give that a little bit of time. So we really need that because we can't really proceed with framing the walls much further. We got one wall back there in the commercial space that we can do, but anything for the second floor has to have this floor complete. So there we go, that's our task. Got all our joists right there. We'll start lining them up, drilling in and anchoring to the wall, and go from there. Yeah, that happens. As long as you didn't, you missed again. What? Oh, you didn't pull the screw. Never mind. This is a funny wall with the closed off door. Whatever. Do what you gotta do for historic. Last piece, and I must have cut it a 1/16 too long. Oh well, thought I took enough off to make it fit, but it's an easy fix there. So we'll throw some mud and tape on there, and then worry about putting that wall in once we're back up here for the details. To start with, we need a teeny weensy little piece of top plate. I'm going to pre-put the layout on here, then we know where to drill and anchor without putting a bolt right where we want to put a joist, because that would be dumb. So we'll start with layout on the left side here. The first joist will actually be on top of the wall, so won't need to hanger that. And then just carry on the 16-inch layout until we get over here. We won't be able to put the joist all the way tight because of that chimney, but pretty close. That probably sticks out. It's a brick out, so about 4 inches. So we'll determine if we need to maybe pad on a piece of a joist to the outside side or something. We'll see exactly where it falls. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get the sawhorses out this door because our shelf is right there. Let's see if this can maneuver. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Just enough maneuvering space. Now I'm caught. I lied. I don't know if there's actually just enough maneuvering space. Oh, look at that. Haha. It's like reverse Tetris or something. I got the layout here. We got 16 centers to make it work on bricks. We got up and down, line snapped, and then we're just 3 inches either side. So we're doing a pretty tight layout here because, well, we want it strong.
Ooh, it's just barely gonna make it, right?
Well, you're a little high.
I know.
we gotta come down, down. Right there. That looks pretty good.
Got it?
Yep.
That's all right, I'm losing my. Still on it, huh?
Yep, that looks good. And it's stable.
I got a little bit of angle to help hold it, push kind of. Looks like it's on a fair amount of work. This line is on above the beam.
Yeah, but it definitely went down. Not sure what's going on here.
Well, it's gonna catch part brick and part mortar on this one. The bottom one's gonna hit hit mortar right below the,
A weird building.
it's gonna catch this mortar hopefully.
Thinking about setting the laser on the floor out there
And shooting it at here and see what it.
and measure down. I mean, this shows dead on level. I don't doubt that. I'm just curious about the beam itself because it's in a. It seems to be a little different, but maybe not. I mean, I could just also measure out my marks off the beam here.
Well, this is definitely above the steel, this line.
Right, it's above it. It's just. Well, maybe there's a wider border gap there too. I don't know.
Yeah, it is, but, cause here's smaller.
Yeah.
What's
We got 4 7/8. We got 4 7/8. And 5 1/8. 5 4 7/8. Okay, so we are slightly off because of the crown. We do need to raise this slightly, but not.
So he's what slightly?
Oh, we need to raise this end slightly. We'll do it off the laser, not at the level because of the crown of the face. But
Let me get it. Yeah, measure that.
that's 13 1/8. Hook in the bottom of the top flange. What did I just say?
13 1/8.
13 1/8. I had 13 7/8 in my head. That would be the bottom flange. This end is 13 3/4.
Let me tell you what I got here.
That is a 5/8 inch
So what,
difference.
top of the steel, or the bottom of the steel?
Hooking the bottom of the top flange. No, flip your tape the other way. Hook the flange.
And go 12 and a little over half. Almost a half, 12 and a half.
Okay, so it's 1 1/4 inch difference.
This is higher,
Yeah,
1 1/4 inch.
that is the exact opposite of what I would expect with the way that corner sank. That's weird.
So we'll level that off the laser.
Oh. Was it built,
They're not for drainage, floor drainage.
or did the, when that corner column sits on the,
I know it does.
The bottom
Oh,
of the
yeah, it does,
storefront.
because it's on the steel out there, not
Yeah.
not the fancy thing.
no, but that column sits on the bottom of the storefront too.
The steel on that.
And it's not independent of that. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. That's weird.
It's sitting on the steel on that.
So it was built for drainage from the start.
Yeah, built for drainage.
Well, I'll also let the trim carpenters know, and the big boss, because that will need to be taken into account when they build the storefront.
Yep. Move the slider off on the side a minute.
I'm glad we don't have to deal with that. I had to deal with
We got enough.
storefront stuff just a little bit. at another building in a previous job, and that was a pain.
So you want to loosen those screws up?
Yeah, loosen it up and we'll pull it up.
Go up a little
We'll
bit.
pull it up a 1/4 inch.
Ring light on your head.
There. Pretty much the same thing on this board. I just extended the layout. We adjusted the bolt up and down spacing to match up with the brick. And then again, 3 inches either side of each joist. And we notched the end to go in that pocket. Not so much for long term, but it helps us get it in the right spot now. So the last, hopefully the joist ends up between those 2 bolts on the last spot. It's kind of a guess. We'll see. We'll see what ends up happening there. We can adjust as needed to make it work if we have to, I guess. So that is like an 8-inch spacing basically on the bolts, so we won't be able to complain about strength. And really all we need is the shear value from dropping down, snapping off. It's not going to push or pull on that exterior wall because this beam isn't going to move. That is a fixed value at this point. So it's just the up and down. All right, well, there we go, cleaned off. Let's put it up, check it out. Oh, this is heavier. I told you. Oh, it's a 1/4 inch thicker along the length too. You got that there? Yep, I got it. Oh yeah, that looks great.
I can't grab my screws.
Well, that's not going anywhere. I can get it there. I nailed that measurement perfectly.
Oh.
Both on the length and the depth of the notch.
Okay, if you say so.
Okay, I gotta brag for the camera.
Just work your way over here.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, that's ready for floor joists.
Okay, it'll stay.
Grab the hangers.
Yeah, it'll stay.
It'll stay as long as we push it tight. That looks good. All right, that worked out pretty well.
No, we just gotta drill it.
And it's a bunch of holes to drill. Milling operations have made it back this direction today. And city street sweeping day. Thing moves fast in reverse. Well, and we got a green light. All right, everything's set. Gonna start pumping the epoxy in. Got 2 there, and we got another 2 spare there if we need them. Won't know how much it's gonna need until we really get going, but we want a good hold, of course, because the epoxy is really doing the work here. We use wedge anchors because it does do a little bit of wedging action. That helps. They're also way cheaper than retrofit rods for some reason. Don't ask me, but we'll see what it takes. Want it to be strong. All right, doing a couple tests just to see how much epoxy we need, if they hold. Is that good or more?
It's got something on it.
Okay, well, you gotta tell me. You can't just stare at me and expect me to know. It's also like 87 degrees. I don't know if that's a record high for today in March, but it's gotta be close. We're not ready for this. We're still in cold weather mode. And it may snow in a couple days. Well, if it doesn't come back out, that's a good sign. Yeah, that's what we want. There we go. We'll keep going.
That was the weakest of all.
Comes out. We're gonna add weight load. The whole end is coated, but not enough.
That one went in the easiest of all of them. And you got more in there, so you might as well.
Then you put it in with using your hand?
Yeah. Way too easy.
I think you got a void back in there. That one doesn't. It's just, I told you, these are all tight. There's gotta be a void back in there.
Just gonna empty it.
Yeah. There's gotta be something behind it. We'll find out when the epoxy.
Well, the end of it was coated up good.
Yeah, but we'll find out what it is when it pulls. We go to,
I'm not.
we go tighten down in
I'm
a couple days.
I'm not worried about it at all.
Well, they're not getting tightened.
It's gotta get hard around it.
It won't be tightened up tomorrow. We'll wait a couple days. That makes it out of here. Ow!
That went pretty smoothly. Doesn't always, but I'll take that. Didn't need too much epoxy in each hole. This brick wall's in pretty good condition compared to the last time we did this, where we were just filling and filling and filling, and it seemed like it was never enough. The only hole we needed to add to was the last, and it wasn't too bad. So let that cure up. It sets in 10 minutes. Cure, I don't actually remember, longer. So we'll crank on it just a little bit by hand tomorrow, and then 2 days from now we'll tighten it up nice and good. But by tomorrow we'll be ready for joist hangers, joists, subfloor, all that fun stuff. So back at it in the morning.